This college football picks week 1, part 2 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hey folks, this is Bud Foster. You're listening to SGPN. Let's let it ride. Go Hokies, man.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Oh, hello, Sean.
We are back, baby. We are fully back. We did part 1 of the College Football Picks podcast, and now it is part 2. Joining us on the line from the College Football Experience, Colby Dant, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
Whoa, I got a little bit of an echo there, but this is huff and paint season, man. Let's go.
Wait,
he's huffing paint and he's hearing an echo.
Wait, why is it huffing paint season? Did you paint your garage and then now you're smelling the fumes?
Oh no, that's just what I do when we're close to ECU football games being played.
You get some of that duster. I feel like East Carolina probably ranks in top 10 duster colleges. They head over to Walmart. They know a guy who can unlock the duster. That definitely strikes me as an East Carolina type thing. All right, well,
I don't want to be disrespectful. There's a lot of schools in Ohio. There's a lot of schools in Iowa, Nebraska.
I just feel like liquid air or whatever that stuff that the kids get high on. ECU's got to be.
I got to ship.
They're pioneers in ways to getting high. Shout out to ECU. Colby, hi. Now we talked about East Carolina in part 1. Of course, go back, check that out.
I am an East Carolina fan.
But we got, the awesome slate for week 2 of the Picks podcast. Just so much going on. Ryan, we were talking.
Week 1, part 2.
Yeah. What did I say?
Week 2.
Well, it feels like week 2 because it's another 17 full games, but it is a week 1 mega pod part 2. Kramer, we talk about all these people that are retiring from picking games. They're not doing their podcasts anymore. They're retired. Yeah. They're hanging it up.
Pour one out for them.
I took a shot at them in the part 1 when I shared it on X, and some guy wrote back, "Is this a shot at Lee Corso?" And it wasn't intended to be, but now it is. Lee Corso, you pussy, you hanging it up, scared to go with the big dogs. Scared to pick games. Oh,
I like this.
Is your social media coming after you, Lee Corso? Can't handle the heat. Get out of the kitchen, Lee.
Sean, did you work a job at an old folks home at some point in your life? Because you've already wished Sister Jean death for decades, and she's defying that. Now you're coming for Holtz.
I know she just celebrated a birthday, and I know because everyone sent me. I was tagged like 15 times, and Sister Jean, she's the Energizer Bunny. She's like 108 years old.
How do you feel about Clint Eastwood?
Well, what am I gonna do if I point out that he's immortal and that eventually that he might die, then they live forever. So maybe it's good luck to tell Clint Eastwood that this might be his last year and that his favorite college basketball team is about to go on a run because of it. Because then he'll live forever.
I did enjoy how Colby slid in a Holtz instead of a Corso. Little old guy slip.
Oh yeah. Colby. This was an attack on Lee Corso.
We're gonna get.
You're the one who's got the beef with Lou. Holtz.
I thought you said Holtz though, didn't you?
No, he's talking about Corso.
Yeah,
I understand he's talking about Corso.
Oh,
but
maybe
did you say Holtz?
That always possible.
All right,
always possible.
You're the college football expert. I'm just here to pick winners and get fired up. Kramer,
I was assuming like Holtz had done something because he was topical last year with Ryan Day, so I was like, did he say something that maybe I missed?
I thought
also
it said
topical with just. I mean, I still didn't quite understand it, but I assumed it wasn't AI Lou Holtz. It was real Lou Holtz reading the disclaimer for the Pat McAfee show.
Oh, that is great.
In some ways, like that's obviously being extremely mean to Lou Holtz, and ESPN went right along with.
Well, now is that the guy? I think it might be the Lou Holtz impersonator. Okay.
Still, I mean, he also what was extra confusing about it is that Lou Holtz was also doing a spot on the show. There was the ESPN brought some dangerous crossovers there, but yeah, Lou Holtz less than Lee Corso, but Corso's the one who is much like all the other greats stepping back from the world of games. It's too hard.
Scared to pick games.
It's too hard.
I don't get bring the in cold, but they're
sorry.
I get it, Lee. You're scared of pick games. I'm not. Kramer, let's get into it.
We need who's going to take up the headgear? That's the real question. That's what
maybe Colby.
All right. Who knows how many I didn't even count them.
17.
Didn't verify anything here, so really going down a dark alleyway without a weapon. 9 a.m. on Saturday on the West Coast. Important to remember that if you are on the East Coast, it is 3 hours ahead of the West Coast. So as I read 9 a.m. on the West Coast, your brain hears noon Eastern time zone.
Commenter really got in Kramer's head.
No, just explaining how time zones work so that folks. I thought our problems were only with the flyover states. Little did I know we have elitist East Coast nights. We have these elitist East Coast time zone people, just like Colby, hanging out at the 19th hole after a round.
I hate the East Coast time zone. Well, I hate it. I hate it more than a 4-team invitational. You know what I mean? Like
we did have a request to read only Eastern time zone. I will not. 9 a.m. on the West Coast. This little neutral site, McGillicuddy here, down in Colby's, I think second favorite dome, Syracuse, Tennessee laying 14 minus 650 on the money line. Q's plus 425, 50.5 is the total. Colby, if we forced you to make a list of your favorite domes, where would the Chick-fil-A dome be on that list? Of course,
Chick-fil-A will be served.
Chick-fil-A will be open, unlike for the Falcons games, which is all time stupid. Colby?
No, this doesn't make the cut.
It's not one of your favorite domes.
I guess if I had to go
Kibby
Dome, and then the Idaho State,
the
Idaho State Dome would probably be 2, but those do suck because those should be outdoors in Idaho like Boise does and Washington State does right next to the Kibby Dome. And then you got the whole super dome thing. I think it sucks, but it's got a rich history, saved a bunch of lives during Katrina, but still, you know what I mean?
I like how that's part of the resume.
The dome saved lives.
Yeah. I mean,
SoFi, it's an open air stadium.
That's the biggest pile of shit in America, I think. You know what I mean? Like that.
It can't be included. It's not a dome.
You're in fucking Southern California where you have the greatest fucking weather ever.
Yep. You get a great breeze from the ocean coming in.
You got 2 of the greatest stadiums in the history of football within 20 miles.
We started the show late for the live viewers, and you wind up the toy and pointed them right at the wall.
Look, when that shit took down the Palisades and they were talking about the winds were heating up, I was like, oh yeah, let's go for SoFi, baby. We got this. We fucking got this. All right.
Just ride on down.
Yeah.
It's like that movie with Nick Cage where he rides the flaming motorcycle all the way down to SoFi.
It was like, there's a few things we were hoping for, like Spacey's house. You know what I mean? Like you're like, please take that shit out.
Well, you know what I mean? Like you had a personal encounter.
There's a few.
That's a private.
No, that wasn't. I didn't have a problem with Spacey. All right. Loved what was that movie he did? No. The Ref. I like The Ref.
A great classic Spacey film.
Good Christmas movie.
Yep. So Colby, do you like Syracuse or Tennessee in this spot?
This game sucks, guys. But look.
Wait, so this isn't one of your 6 favorite games?
The fans want it there because they both combined for 20 wins last year. I mean, you couldn't play this. I mean, it's bad enough that Syracuse already plays in a fucking dome. You couldn't have just done a home and home. Just 1 year you play.
Yeah, I thought this was a basketball game, honestly.
I will take the points though, because you got Aguilar that is learning a new offense, even though they say it's an easy offense to learn. Tennessee's replacing a lot. If I'm getting 2 touchdowns, if it goes below 2 touchdowns, maybe you think about Tennessee, but Syracuse could stay in this. Fran Brown's a dog. Dude, when I was at ACC Media Days, I was talking to White Tiger committed to Fran Brown, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Man. Yeah.
Jesus.
I brought White Tiger one of the days. White Tiger was at ACC Media Days, and Fran Brown got
professional.
He got to yeah, you're goddamn right. All right, I got to teach him early. All right. But Fran Brown was eating a cold Pop-Tart because the ACC sponsors the Pop-Tart Bowl, and I stumbled into Fran Brown. I was turning a corner hot, and
with he was kid?
Eating. Yeah, with White Tiger, and he was eating a cold Pop-Tart, and I banged into him. Luckily, there was about 7 million Pop-Tarts behind the table because we were able to quickly throw that one out. But
wait, you caused the fumble?
I did. He fumbled a Pop-Tart. Half of it, I think was okay, but the other half hit the ground. But anyway, me and Fran were talking, and big fan of what he's doing. I think Steven Jelly comes in. You saw how well he played it in the playoffs last year at Notre Dame. So I think they can stay within 2 touchdowns, even though we know there'll be like 4 Syracuse fans there, and one of them will be like McNabb and his mother. They'll be interviewing him or something. But this will be a Tennessee crowd. This will be a fucking Tennessee crowd. But I think 14. Give me the Orange Men. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I'm always gonna back.
Where are the slides, guys? I do have fucking slides.
Where are the slides?
I don't have the controls.
Colby, you're in charge of the slides. You're in charge of the slides, Colby. Oh my good. Look at these offensive logos.
I like Syracuse getting 14 points. Steven Jelly, I think coming from Notre Dame, he's solid. And Syracuse and Fran Brown, they're used to playing in a dome and they're used to winning games. I would just be surprised if the Syracuse team gets their ass kicked week 1. I think you're going to get a good effort out of them. 14 points, way too much. Give me the Syracuse Orange. Kramer, what are you doing?
Orange Men. No. There's no women on this team, Sean.
Yeah, it's the orange. Sean is trying to not be offensive like Colby.
Oh yeah.
Is there any women lining up on their team? I'm curious.
A couple of maybe the punter. We don't know what it's referring to.
It's
I was rewatching the Kansas game and the punter celebrating. We got to get punters and kickers cannot celebrate. It's a red flag. Justin Tucker celebrated a lot. Look what he turned out to be. Punters and kickers cannot celebrate. Kramer, you're laying 14 with Tennessee.
Wait a second.
No.
Have I shared on the podcast the conversation I had with someone who had inside information to the Justin Tucker situation at Legacy Club? That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Had a conversation. There were drinks involved. All of a sudden, oh my girl, a person I know who knows a person. So there were 2 dots. Was a masseuse in the Baltimore area.
Okay. And allegedly if you had
did
to
she
guess,
have all of her teeth?
Well, we haven't really gotten too many details about what Justin was up to inside the room. If you had to guess, what was his go-to move? They sued him. Remember, a lot of they collectively came together to say, "You're a horrible person. I'm going to sue you." So
I'm not touching Deshaun Watson.
Apparently, allegedly, he was big on taking care of himself and then aggressively making them clean it up, which is even more psychotic than before.
Disgusting act.
I mean, you're not even going in there to get jerked off. What the fuck kind of weirdo are you?
Very bizarre.
Can we talk about this? Wouldn't football be better?
No. Where's he going?
If we just had every strong safety be the punter, you had to be the punter.
I would not,
or middle linebacker or something. Like, I think we should force that as the rule and just get rid of the dead weight. You know what I mean? Like, because they are dead weight. But
it's like the DH though. We didn't want to have
the game would be better.
Time.
Well, our buddy Decker has a rule that all kickers have to be over 300 pounds. I think that would create an interesting. Some
big kickers.
Yeah.
The problem is, and I know you guys don't got to worry about that with your little foo-foo kickoff rules, but the problem is when you have a real football being played, and I think it should just be a football player. That's why I think the linebacker or the safety would be awesome.
Well, there are plenty of football players that are over 300 pounds.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to be able to. I mean, not many.
Oh, almost every lineman in the NFL is over 300.
And Ndamukong Suh was a soccer player. He probably
they can't run like Larry Allen though. That was once in a blue moon. All right, so I like my idea better personally, but I'm on board. It's your idea is still better, or Decker's idea is still better than what we currently have.
I will take the SEC team in SEC country, and I'll also take the team that's going to be benefited from being on the turf. Game number 2. Again, these are Pacific times here, all of them, 9 a.m. bright and early out for us. Got Texas, Ohio State. Colby, is this the best week 1 slate of games we've had in a while? I cannot remember so many beautiful TMZ matchups for all of us fans who like to only watch the best of and brightest. Arch Manning, first test.
And I meant to ask you, who's Arch Manning dating, Kramer?
I don't know. I haven't gotten into that yet. Sorry if Sean and I enjoy the drama surrounding Bill Belichick and Jordan. Colby's very offended. He's on Team Belichick ever since he hung out with Bill at the ACC Media Day. He's been mad at us. Ohio State.
We talked about Pepper Johnson for 37 minutes. You know,
Ohio State is only laying 2.5, -130 on the money line. Texas +110. 47.5 is the total. I appreciate. Here's my problem. I'm stuck on TV7. Probably a couple of years back, we're watching Arch Manning in high school go against IMG, and he got his shit pushed in. And ever since then, I've seen him make a flashy play or two. This is a crazy spot to go for your first start and only be catching 2.5 points. Texas must have the best roster known to man. I know they're spending money like that, but how is this not 3 points? Colby, I'll hang up and listen.
Well, Julian's saying it took him a while to get the starting nod. I think if you're an Ohio State fan, you wanted that thing out the gate in August, which means he probably might have struggled a little bit more than we think, or we thought coming into the preseason. But I mean, Texas is replacing a shit ton. I've been baffled at the number 1 talk. The only thing I can chalk it up to is it's Arch Manning, and ESPN is affiliated with the Manning cast because Texas is still going to be, they have a talented roster, but they're replacing a shit ton on the offensive line, defensive line, wide receiver.
Four alone on the offensive front. And you're going into a hostile environment where you're probably not used to the snap count. I would not be surprised if there's some pre-snap penalties to start off. And this is the gambling gods telling you Texas is the number 1 team coming in and they're a dog. Ryan Day doesn't lose at home unless they're playing Michigan. Colby, how many home games has Ryan Day lost to non-Michigan teams in his tenure?
0, I think, right? Oregon got him.
Yes,
with Cristobal of all people too. Yeah,
September 11th, 2021. Last time Ohio State lost a home game to a non-Michigan team in the Ryan Day era. It was the last, and it was the only time. And you're getting this Ohio State team laying 2.5.
Your stat just fucked
crazy.
me up though. Your stat really fucked me up because my handicap was like Sarkisian's terrible in big games. And I'm like, wait, but Cristobal is too, but yet Cristobal won in there.
It's true, but that was 4 years ago. I just don't see this Ohio State team losing at home. Period. Especially to Texas. I mean, I get Texas has a super talented roster. Maybe Arch Manning is the second coming of Christ. Like he's an odds-on favorite to win the Heisman. He's getting questions about whether or not he's going to come out to the draft. He hasn't even really had a half of a season yet. This is insane.
He's not coming out. And the quarterback in that game for Ohio State, it was CJ Stroud. For Oregon, who was it, Colby?
That was after Herbert, but before, is it Anthony Brown?
Yeah. What a fucking wild ass. You wouldn't have guessed that. But yeah, I got to see Arch do something first, right? Now, if he comes out and balls out, is that going to, I mean,
he started 2 games last year, ULM, which he struggled in. And then Mississippi State, which he did all right in. But he's definitely more athletic. Like I don't think he's actually a Manning. I think it's a fake person. But
his dad was a receiver.
Yeah, and Archie actually had wheels, so I don't know what happened with the lawn chairs.
You seen Eli on a basketball court?
I've sat on plenty of lawn chairs. Look, I'm on Ohio State. You got to take the home team here, man. He hasn't even started a road game ever.
Yes.
What are we doing?
This is
and Ohio State's going to be able to run the ball.
Everyone's taking Texas though.
Really? What are the bet splits, Ryan?
That's a great question.
Because
Texas is getting 69% of the bets, 63% of the handle at Circa, and Ohio State or DK. Yeah, so DK very similar, 64%.
Love it. Ohio State lock potential.
Yeah, just that's situational handicapping at its finest. Northwestern heading down to Nollins, take on Tulane. Another 9 a.m. kick here on the West Coast. Tulane -5.5, -210 on the money line. Northwestern +175, 46.5 is the total. I do have a horse in the digital streets named Flying Squirrel hitting the track in a couple weeks. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that for the boys at Northwestern. Colby, I'm sure. In fact, Colby, I'll let you stand up for Mr. Pat Fitzgerald. If you haven't been keeping track of Northwestern football, we all remember Pat Fitzgerald once upon a time was Colby's top college coach in the nation. He no longer the coach there due to the flying squirrel and some other fat guy weirdo fat guy shit. Colby, you want to update us on the saga between Northwestern and Pat Fitzgerald?
Yeah, he won in court and they wrote an apology to him, which you don't normally get. You don't normally get in your settlement cases. So it basically said, yeah, we fucked up, but you know what a pile of shit university Northwestern is, because you know
they ran out their one good football coach.
I know
this guy played for them in their most magical season in the history of their existence. Was their best player on that team, him and Darnell Autry. And he turned down the Notre Dame job and the Chicago Bears to stay at Northwestern. And you try to destroy his credibility too. You fucking bitch ass university, man. I mean, like this, I'm so glad he won, but man, completely. And how about the public? So much of the public just went with it, calling him a scumbag. He had no knowledge of this shit. And it just shows you the times we're in, you know what I mean?
Well, that we're kind of out of it now, but we definitely went through a very dark time for people enjoying. It's like it's why back in the day people would watch other people get destroyed in public square, because it's fun. You point at it, you bring your torch.
What about Tulane? They brought in Retzlaff late. Is that going to impact them here? They're laying 5.5. Northwestern, they've lost their last 4 road openers.
If you're a horny guy, New Orleans isn't the best place to go. I don't know.
He's one of those guys.
You're going from BYU to New Orleans. Provo isn't exactly.
I mean, is Retzlaff going to get like an NIL deal for some beads or something on Bourbon Street?
What kind of beads?
I mean, well, beads that you throw.
Oh, it's like the titty beads.
Yeah. I don't know. I see where Kramer's brain went. Jesus, Colby. This is a family show, Kramer. Colby, do we think Retzlaff, he transferred late because they were going to suspend him? Tulane, obviously, I guess didn't care.
Massive upgrade.
But 5.5. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I know I just completely dumped on this university, and rightfully so, because I think we were one of the only platforms that were defending Pat Fitzgerald, by the way. But I think they're the play here. All right, look, Tulane lost a ton in all over. I mean, they're starting running backs at Oregon. They're starting quarterbacks at Duke. They get Retzlaff late. I don't like what that tells the locker room too. Basically, did he really earn the starting spot?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Northwestern brings in Preston Stone, a former 5-star SMU backup that was responsible for that win really at Nevada, where they were in week 0 last year. They almost lost, and Preston Stone with a great comeback there for SMU, finding RJ Maryland deep. I think Tulane's just like Summerall's a good coach, but there's a lot of unknown. They lost a ton in the portal. They brought in a bunch, so I don't know. I think Northwestern is in a good spot here. So I think they could win this thing outright too. I know it'll be a tough environment, but they clearly have the better quarterback. Northwestern does. I'll tell you that. And he has also been no stranger to winning in this building, because he did that at SMU.
Yeah, good call on that. Yeah, the continuity with Northwestern. The Retzlaff late, like they might figure it out later on, but I think early you got to fade that. I'll take Northwestern 5.5. Kramer, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, I think the late quarterback swap, Colby nailed it. That's always a weird locker room element. Because better guy, just slot him in. Also, bet splits would indicate that the sharps like Northwestern here. So
classic sharp play. Hey, we got some good news. We got a new 25% off merch. The merch store at 25% off everything. The DGens only gear, the hats, the SGP, TCE. Get you a refs or terrorist hoodie. That thing's sweet. Promo code football. Get in over there. We also got a new Survivor going. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. NFL Survivor. $100 entry. Winner take all. I know everyone's also submitting in their phrase that pays. We have a number of faxes sitting in the queue. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase. And of course, as always, we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. Oh man, you got to get over to mybookie.ag. Use that sweet promo code SGPN. Easy deposits, easy withdrawals, lightning fast payouts using that sweet cryptocurrency. They got a sweet promo going, 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Loving, I mean, Kramer, NFL week 1 right around the corner. Cannot wait. They also have a NFL super contest, $100,000 in prizes, only a $15 entry fee. So that's pretty fun. Get in there. And again, get that sweet bonus. Terms and conditions apply. mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And of course, college football is here. They killed it on FCS totals last year, week 1 and week 0, looking to run it back. Get in on the 7-day free trial. Look at Arch on that graphic. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITH. They got you covered for everything. Even let's see, what's a fun prediction they're on here. Oh yeah, Miami of Ohio, Wisconsin over. They like the 39.5. They got it at 64% chance. Again, build your own models. Get in the data. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM for your 7-day free trial.
all right. Next up, we got cool. This game, another 9 a.m. kick. We're heading to Hattiesburg, Mississippi for a tailor-made. I assume Colby's gonna tell us how much he likes Southern Miss here, catching the points against Mississippi State. Mississippi State lane 12.5 minus 500 on the money line, plus 360 for Southern Miss. 61.5 is the total. Interesting use of the fully standing up bulldog logo from Mississippi State.
Dog.
I mean, a little brother aspect here, Colby. Take the points with the in-state rabble.
Take the money line. Take the money line here.
It
Look,
could be live.
Southern Miss won the Sun Belt. I'm sorry, Marshall won the Sun Belt last year, and I think
brought their whole team.
34 players or something jumped over.
Yeah,
and then they also got they got some guys from Ole Miss and Mississippi State to go with that at the receiver and running back position. They added the best linebacker, one of the best linebackers in the FCS, from Portland State coming in. That's why Portland State was dog shit on Saturday. Yeah, Mississippi State and Jeff Lebby, they were not good last year. Toledo went into Starkville and whooped their ass. Now little brother is hosting you at the Rock in Hattiesburg. This place, they have the I remember, look, I know Southern Miss has been dog shit over the past couple of years, but this, in my opinion, you can argue is best fan base in the state of Mississippi when things are going good, and things are going good when you hired him. So this will be a fun game there. I mean, kudos to Mississippi State for playing at Southern Miss. More SEC teams should do that. I saw that Alabama scheduled East Carolina today. Didn't have the courage to do it home and home. Pussies. But
why is Mississippi State opening up on the road? I mean, kudos
because they suck.
Yeah, I guess, but they were good ATS on the road last year, 4-1 ATS on the road, but that's usually where they're catching a big number and not laying 12.5 points. That's crazy. I mean, echoing what Colby said, we hit on this when we were talking the conference preview. Like it's a ready-made team. He just brought over from Marshall. They're gonna hit the ground running. This game means a ton for them. The little brother angle that we just hit on. I mean, how can you feel comfortable laying 12.5 with Mississippi State? Southern Miss all day.
Someone send us a picture of this one when there's like 20 people in the stands after Colby talked about how good the crowd is. If we could, please, eyes on the situation. All three of us on Southern Miss. This circle, put this one in pencil. Money line potential.
Oh yeah,
9:45. What a strange kickoff time on the West Coast. That is Lexington, Kentucky. Toledo taking on Kentucky. How's our boy Stoops doing over there? We'll have to do an update on his contract at some point this season. Kentucky laying 9.5, -320 on the money line, +260 for Toledo. 47.5 is the total. Why are you waiting 45 minutes to kick this one off? First of all, second of all,
well, Toledo's got to calibrate the Rockets, right?
Yeah,
they got to aim them to Kentucky. Yeah,
yeah. Very fun how that of all the mascots and actual munitions pointed at your rival.
I love that. I love that. The aiming the rocket directly at the rival. That's badass.
Yeah, they definitely wouldn't do that anymore. Colby, are we what are we doing here? Another SEC an SEC MAC. Let's take the MAC.
Well, this game's been all over the place too. Like it opened up, I think, at like 10.5 or 11. When then I was like, okay, we're gonna load up on Toledo because they went into Starkville. It beat Mississippi State 41-17 last year. And Mississippi State was the worst team, but Kentucky was the second worst team in the SEC last year. So yeah, you could make a point there, but the line dropped all the way down to 7, and then it's back up now to 9.5. You figure it out. But I'll take the points just because I don't know it seems like Stoops' right hand man just left for Louisville. It just seems like they whiffed in the portal a lot. They're bringing in Zach Calzada. I will say he's a 7th year starting quarterback. So, I mean, maybe that will benefit them some this year, having such an experienced quarterback, even though he's not very good. But I'll take the points. I think Toledo's got this one circled a little bit more than Kentucky. And I just don't know what Kentucky really has. You look at that offense, you're like, a bunch of guys that have transferred like 4 or 5 times.
That's not good.
Kentucky's failed to cover the spread in 4 of its last 5 games against non-ranked teams. I'm pretty sure I don't have the list in front of me. I'm pretty sure Toledo's not ranked. It feels like it'll probably be a 1-score game. So 9.5 is the play. I'm a little nervous about this.
It's a very trendy play. I've noticed like everyone's on Toledo. I feel like
all the hipsters.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's all I need to hear.
I'm switching. Play my music. There's something about this Toledo situation. The 7th year quarterback. Give me Kentucky.
Can I be honest too? Yeah. Colby's just putting games on this guy. Like this was just a game. This is just a game.
It's a filler game. Come on, Colby.
Just a game. Speaking of just a game, Old Dominion taking on Indiana.
Well, I don't mind this. At least we get to talk about Kurt Signetti.
Yeah, I wonder what he feels about Tommy DeVito being released by the Giants
and the Old Dominion logo. Yay, I'm a tiger.
What is that?
What is that called?
That looks like a French tiger. That's a very French.
Well, they are the Monarchs, Sean. The Monarchs.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
when I hear Kramer's sound effects, I think of this Old Dominion tiger.
I gotta be honest. What was going on in the 757?
Lion, the Witch in the Wardrobe, but this tiger's still in the wardrobe. He hasn't come out yet.
They have the Spartans and they have the Monarchs. What was going on there when they were naming these universities? It's very confusing. ODU catching 23.5 points here. This one's 11:30 on the West Coast. In Indiana minus 3,000, ODU plus 1,200, 54.5 is the total. Well, I mean, we like the coach in Indiana. I guess I'm curious how, like, because this feels like the kind of game that if Old Dominion is any good, they'll be able to stay within the number. Colby.
Yeah, no, I think I think everyone's jumping just Indiana. They Mendoza comes in from Cal. Some NFL scouts think he might be the first quarterback drafted next year. And I think Ricky Ronnie and ODU's got a underrated team in the Sun Belt. So if you caught their quarterback Colton Joseph a year ago, he's pretty athletic. He can kind of a dual threat quarterback. This place will be on fire. That's because I do believe that Indiana has now they've woken the football fan base. But I that's too many points for me. I know Indiana beat the shit out of these mid majors. I just think Old Dominion is due for being a contender in the Sun Belt this year. Give me the points in ODU, and I feel like the public's gonna be all over Indiana too, man. So I think ODU is the play.
I think that's why this game's at 11:30. Give them some time to wake up after that late night Klan rally Friday night.
Oh wow, right.
Yeah.
Old Dominion.
Well, it's just facts.
Old Dominion was decent as a dog last year. I think to Colby's point, I saw this nugget. ODU offense was best in the nation in the red zone, great on the ground. Indiana, yeah, obviously awesome season last year, but like I feel like when you come off an awesome season like that, at least for Indiana, it's hard to hit the ground running. And a team like Old Dominion with some quality roster, I think they could hang around. 23.5 feels a bit high. I'll go with Old Dominion as well.
Also, they set up this what would you call it, Colby? A preseason schedule. They play.
Yeah, Kurt Signetti is the classic like Ric Flair, just talks the most amount of shit, which I appreciate.
But they play Old
Kurt
Dominion,
smoking Signetti.
Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State.
Yeah,
they just canceled home and home with Virginia and replaced it with like fucking Howard or something. It was like you were scared of Virginia.
Are we worried this is a look ahead spot? Kennesaw State on deck.
We just did our Kennesaw preview tonight. Go listen to that on the College Football Experience.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that plug.
Yeah.
Dude, Old Dominion, I actually think is a contender in the Sun Belt this year, and I think their roster is better than what people think. So
I'll go further, Sean. This is a look ahead to the Fighting Illini on September 20th. They're looking past Kennesaw, past Indiana State.
They got their calendars.
These are like 3 preseason games. Yeah, let's take the points with ODU. Discord loading up a heavy dose of. Have we agreed on everything but the Toledo game? Oh, and Tennessee. Fortunately, one of us was correct there. Alabama heading to Tallahassee, Florida, where Florida State is catching 13.5 points at home. Great. You should tune into YouTube if you're not watching. Colby with some alternate logos for Florida State. 12:30 p.m. on the West Coast. 50.5 is the total. Florida State being a 425 home dog is flat out embarrassing for a program the national media just constantly wants to get erect and make ejaculate all over the nation.
They want the Charlie Ward Seminoles back.
I just don't get it. It's the same with Miami. Like no one gives a shit. Stop saying football's better when Florida State and Miami are good. It's not the case. Plenty of schools in the South. Florida State's cooked. They sold their soul to the devil. The Middle East owns, like, it's a public school. Think about how hilarious what Texas A&M and Florida, these states have done. It's the most hilarious, short-sighted. We need money right now because we don't have a lot of money. Well, Texas A&M, who knows why they did it? Anyway, Florida State. Colby has turned me around. Well, Colby has gotten me a lot higher on Alabama this year than I was originally going to be, and I think the biggest reason was I don't know why it took me so long to realize that Jalen Milroe was a shit passing quarterback and wasn't going to fit with what he wanted to do last year. So yeah, I think they smashed Florida State.
I mean, let's just start with Castellanos, the Florida State quarterback, saying, "Oh, you don't have Nick Saban to save you." If you're DeBar, isn't this the exact message you need? Like he couldn't have asked for better bulletin board material than Castellanos running his mouth. Alabama already coming in with a chip on their shoulder about like, oh, disappointing season. You didn't get in the playoffs. This team is going to fuck up some teams. And I think it starts here week 1. They're going to put it on Florida State. They're a much better team. Florida State does have legendary receiver Squirrel White, which just all time name. But other than that, also Castellanos. Like, come on, man. The last thing you want to do is rile up this Alabama team. You want to keep them a sleeping giant. Instead, they're hungry for this game. Colby, are you reading it the same way?
Yeah, I mean, look, I have Alabama in my national championship. So, and Castellanos got benched at Boston College and then quit the team, which there was only one destination that had more quitters, and I like how he picked it correctly. It was Saudi Arabia State last year. So that the shoe fits there. But guys, I'm in the middle of looking at these novels. What do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be Michael Connolly? What do you think? James Elroy? Could James Elroy be being read in Doak?
Colby, you need to
Campbell Stadium.
You need to get a TCE Florida State book club, and each week you assign a different novel that they're going to read when they get their ass kicked. Also, I understand why people are, oh, hey, Florida State figured it out. They were still really, really bad last year. Like, okay, fine. Maybe they bounced back a little bit, but are we sure this was a pretty bad team? Last time we saw them, they were getting their ass kicked by Florida. I mean,
well, I don't like their approach too. They every year they're like, hey, I talked to a Saudi Arabia State beat writer at ACC Media Days, and I was like, dude, how do you feel about the team? And he's like, I have no idea, man. He's like, I think we're starting 11 transfers on offense, 11 transfers on defense, and we got a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, and he's just like, there's some talent in there, but fade that. Alabama, lay it.
No, I see a vet in the chat. It is a brand new team. I get it. They've turned over a lot of the roster. It's just I'm skeptical that it's going to all be there week one at home.
Avetta is a fan of Saudi Arabia State.
She's got some oil interests. She's got a couple of wells.
I was just kind of perusing through some articles about some of the funny stuff that Florida State has done, and just the
and Avetta clarified she does have Alabama minus 13.5. So that tells you all you need to know.
I just love this headline. Florida State administration, quote, working with JP Morgan Chase, other bankers for private equity options.
Who is investing more in this Florida State team?
Yeah. Good luck. Lay the points. Coastal Carolina. So, daughter was like, hey, what do you know about Conway, South Carolina? There's a college there I'd like to check out.
Shot to clear?
Absolutely not. You are not going across the country to go to a school just to drink shitty beer. Bunch of assholes. Coastal Carolina taking on UVA. Speaking of good people, in Charlottesville, Virginia, 3 p.m. on the West Coast. Virginia minus 12.5, minus 450 on the money line. Coastal plus 340, 58.5 is the total. What? There are a number of mid games on this sheet.
Oh wow, Ryan. Is that just because you're a hater of UVA?
These are two mediocre teams. I don't know what we're talking about here. Colby, explain.
Well, I thought I'd put the best school in Virginia in the Power Five. We know James Madison and Liberty are the best two schools in the state of Virginia when it comes to playing college football. But I thought I would put in because Tony Elliott's got this team believing, and the schedule's nice. Now they did get hit a little bit with some injury bug stuff here, and Coastal Carolina as well. Their starting quarterback. Well, I thought MJ Morris was going to start at Coastal Carolina preseason, but they also they got him from Maryland / NC State, and they got Emmett Brown from San Jose State. From what I understand, Emmett Brown was the guy that was beating him in camp, but however, he tore his ACL, so he's out. And Virginia has I think a slew of guys out too. I think their best linebacker, a couple wideouts. So they've been hit with the injury bug too, both these teams. But this is the Wahoos, man. All right, they bring in Chandler Morris. This guy was on the TCU team that went to the national championship, started the season for them, actually beat out Max Duggan before he got injured. I have a theory that Coastal Carolina hired the wrong Tim Beck because they hired Tim Beck a couple years ago, and he was NC State's offensive coordinator, and NC State's offense was like 104th. So I was like, wait a second, why would you hire the 104th? And then I think they meant to hire Diego Pavia's offensive coordinator, Tim Beck, who was at New Mexico State kicking ass. and had just taken the Vanderbilt gig. So I have a theory that their athletic director just paged up the secretary and says, "Get me Tim Beck's number," and she and she gave him the wrong Tim Beck, and yeah, ever since then it's been downhill for the Shants. So I'm laying it with the Wahoos.
So we feel good about Chandler Morris for UVA, Colby.
Well, dude, I actually think he first had a good year at North Texas last year, but when you get these super experienced quarterbacks, and I think it's something to pay attention to this year because you do have, as Avetta was saying in the chat, so much youth. So I think Virginia could be a little bit better than normal just because they have a guy that started a shit ton of college football games. You saw it with Pavia last year. And he got another year of eligibility. So I think there's something to be said there where you have all these, what major schools? I feel like Oregon, Ohio State, Alabama, Texas, all these youngsters that essentially haven't really played a lot of games. I like taking the veteran quarterbacks this year in college football. Give me Virginia.
I'm with you. UVA, lay it. Better quarterback. They're at home. They start out. This UVA team, they can fizzle, but they usually start out pretty good. I think they roast the Chanticleers. Kramer, I assume you're taking Coastal out of principle.
I am, and if you look at the last 25 meetings, Virginia Tech and UVA, 23-2. So I'm not sure how Colby's measuring that. And if you want to have a fun fact of those 23 victories, how many times did UVA get beat by more than one score? 17. Embarrassing.
It's easy to see a tide turn.
Only one's bitching about not having resources.
Well, I mean, UVA is not trying to win football games. I'm pretty sure Virginia Tech is still spending more than UVA. That's the sad part. Moving along, they do have a heavy laundry bill with all those sheets. UTSA heading to College Station, where there will be a parade before a football game, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Texas A&M. I mean, I got to be honest, Colby. You've been to a lot of pageantry and random college football shit.
He loves it.
The parade and the cheer Army Special Forces squad at Texas A&M is the weirdest, quote unquote, tradition thing I've ever seen.
Well, we need the Leach sound drop. This Leach nailed this thing out the ballpark. When he went off and said, they're not real soldiers, right? And he's like, I don't understand what they're doing down there.
And when Elko got hired and he's in that room and it's like some weird cult, they're swaying side to side, and you can tell he's like, all right, just go along with it. There's a lot of money in this. A&M now laying 24.5 against UTSA, 12-1 for UTSA on the money line. 56.5 is the total. I mean, this is, I feel like this is a potentially a smash. We're going to be betting on Texas A&M a lot this year. Big number though here, Colby. What are we doing?
Yeah. And if you paid attention to my bracket, I had both these teams in the playoffs. Remember that? So I am very high on UTSA in the AAC here. But this is a bad spot just because A&M, I think the way the season ended last year, was pretty, for a second there, they looked like they were going to go to the playoffs, and they botched a couple games down the stretch. Elko's defense was uncharacteristically bad. I do believe that he'll have that thing fixed. Josh McCown's son, by the way, Luke McCown, starting quarterback at UTSA. But I just think it's a bad, if they play this week 3 or something, I think I'd be more inclined to take the points with UTSA. But right now, I think you got to lay it with A&M. Marcel Reed, I think he'll be pretty solid in this offense. I think they're going to find creative ways to run him. He's not known as your typical drop back passer. So I'm going to end up laying it though. But I do think UTSA, watch out for them this year.
Yeah, no, I agree with, I like Mike Elko as a coach. I see where you're coming from, but UTSA returning a ton. You got Owen McCown, as you pointed out, Luke McCown's son.
Did I say Luke McCown? I meant Owen McCown. Yeah.
Oh, well, Owen McCown. Yeah. He's
Josh McCown's son. Too many McCowns. God damn it.
Owen McCown. He's good. They're bringing back a bunch of guys on their offensive line, including a couple of AAC honorable mentions. I think they're going to be able to. I just don't think this team's going to completely get their ass kicked. I see your point, Colby, of them coming in with the chip on their shoulder, Elko getting them fired up for week 1. And if there was a smash spot, maybe it is the home opener, but but not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso used to say before he got scared of picking games. I think UTSA hangs around here a little bit. Give me the Roadrunners 24.5, way too high. What are you doing, Kramer?
It's year 2 with the Elko's defense. That's what you're betting on. Fun fact: did you know? Not only is Mike Elko a Jersey guy, but he won the Ivy League playing quarterback for the Penn Quakers in 1998.
Shout out to the Quakers.
Fun fact there. LSU Clemson.
So you are taking Texas A&M.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, smashing Elko's defense.
No, you said Mike Elko's year 2 defense
clear.
Is what you're betting on, but you never said I'm taking Texas A&M.
I said, Colby, it feels like we're gonna be smashing Texas A&M a lot this season.
It's like find the clues.
Yep.
Just say who you're taking.
Well, I'm just. I did. I said I'm taking Texas Elko year 2. Texas A&M laying 24.5. LSU, we Tigers. Which it does sound like. I read another thing today about the idea of Coach O getting back into.
Oh, he's just. I
don't think
he's ready to go back. He's exhausted from all this young trim. He doesn't know what to do.
Here's what's keeping him away from coming back. His 2 sons, or he has 2 sons coaching at the University of Miami, and he's just living there.
Oh,
in South.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
I think those videos.
He's got his hands full.
I think those videos of him jogging up and down the strip are just a necessity. LSU,
that was so great when a fan. Like
Alabama
did a roll
fan.
Tide. He's like, "Would you do that for the Nick Saban? Would you?"
Guy don't miss next week. We'll take it one game at a time.
Congratulations.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
He sounds like the mascot.
I mean, he's jogging everywhere. It sounds like he's got he's got good cardio, but he sounds perpetually out of breath.
Very. He needs to come back to college football. College football is not better when Florida State's good, but college football is better when.
Amen. That's the best thing you said in a long time.
When Coach O is not coaching for USC, that it's just still weird to me that he was doing work out here for USC. LSU Clemson marquee matchup. I mean, think of all the filler games Colby put between the last marquee matchup and this one. We got a little LSU or ACC SEC. LSU catching 3.5 here in the other Death Valley, plus 150 on the money line. Clemson minus 175. 57.5 is the total. 4:30 p.m. out here on the West Coast. So that will be 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast.
Oh, thank you, Ryan.
It will be near sundown. This is going to look beautiful, Colby. This could be the first real college football game of the season.
Well, LSU hasn't won a season opener since 2019. Remember, this streak's been going since Leach entered the SEC and threw for 10 billion majillion yards there in his first game ever. They have not won an opener since then. And Brian Kelly and his family have made it a point of emphasis, right? They're putting it everywhere in the weight room, right? This is old school Bosworth, Barry Switzer shit. But Clemson's really good, and they play at home in this play. The Battle of the Death Valleys. I think the Clemson Death Valley is older, although I think the LSU one might be a little more fun. But anything over a field goal, I'll take. This is a field goal game right here. Give me these LSU Tigers plus 3.5. I think Clemson wins the game, though.
I'm with you. I'm high on LSU coming into the season. It starts with this game. I get it. Clemson dominated non-conference at Memorial Stadium, 31 of their last 33. LSU has struggled. Obviously, like Colby said, Brian Kelly hasn't won. It even dates back to pre-Brian Kelly, right, Colby? It's been going on for a while. Them not being able to get it done week 1 here, but
since Orgeron, really.
Yeah. I think if they can protect Nussmeier, give him just enough time, I think he's going to be able to move the ball, and I think they'll be able to hang in this game. I think it's going to be an awesome game, and 3.5 in a game like this is way too much. Now there was 4.5s earlier. Would have felt a little bit better if you get the 4.5, but even at 3.5, this is a field goal game. I'm with Colby. LSU, we Tigers.
I mean, you talk about LSU's streak of not. Clemson hasn't exactly done well against the SEC.
They haven't done well.
They were 0-3 last year, straight up.
They 0-4 as home favorites last year, or at least the last 4.
I have a Clemson is 1-6 in their last 7 games against the SEC ATS.
Yeah, come on.
So as much as I'd like to lay it with Dabo's dumb ass. This is just a matchup between two coaches no one wants to play for. It's ridiculous. Like Dabo, the game's passed him by, and Brian Kelly, he just needs to go back up north. This is not the right spot for him to be coaching. I like the hype this year, but the more that I think about it, Brian Kelly's not getting it done at LSU.
Kramer, shout out to Circa. Colby, we were just hanging out with you at the beautiful Circa. Awesome place to go hang out. Sign up for Circa Million, Circa Survivor, some of the biggest football contests. Derek giving away $20+ million guaranteed. No rake. Circa Million, you're picking 5 games against the spread each week. Circa Survivor, you guys know how Survivor works. Grandissimo, $100,000 entry. That is pretty crazy, pretty wild. Of course, if you're signing up for the contest, it's pretty easy. You just go to Circa, sign up there, footballcontest.com, promo code SGP, $50 off the proxy fees. Love Circa. Our buddy Maddie over there at Proxy Service, he'll take care of you. Easy in, easy out. And yeah, Saturday, you have up until Saturday, September 6th. And they have there's also a college football contest over at the Westgate, but that one ends in the next couple days. So get in over there. Footballcontest.com, promo code SGP, get you $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Head over to underdogfantasy.com. Use the promo code SGPN. Play $5, get $50 in bonus funds. Colby, what are we doing here for another little underdog pick'em, higher, lower? What do you like here?
Yeah, and look, there was a bunch of Thursday, Friday stuff I could have got in, but I'm going to do you a solid, Sean. Let's go all the way to Saturday, so this thing can have a little life to it.
I like it.
Tennessee runs runs the veer and shoot. I know Nico is gone. Everyone's worrying about Joey Aguilar, and I did take Syracuse plus the 14.
Oh no, here we go.
But he's throwing more than 218 yards. That's too low. That's too fucking low.
Yeah,
all right?
It is the Syracuse defense. The game is in a dome. Even as a Syracuse backer, I'm happy taking higher. 218.5 passing yards for Joey Aguilera.
And also, Devin Dampier, Utah Utes quarterback. He's a stud. All right. They're playing at the Rose Bowl.
Horny for him.
They're playing at the Rose Bowl, higher than half a touchdown. And I'm talking running. This dude ran for over 1,000 yards last year. You can't simulate that, especially, UCLA's defense was not necessarily a great one. So
Kramer, I might be going to this UCLA game. I'm going to be rooting for UCLA if I go to the game. I heard you, Colby, on your Devin Dampier higher. I'm going lower. Go Bruins. So little homer play there. $100 entry if you take Colby's, the higher, which turns you 267. If you want to be a little contrarian and take the lower on Dampier, not getting in the end zone, my entry pays 309. So
now, are we taking Joey Aguilar or Joey Aguilera?
He might be related to Christina Aguilera. Joey Aguilar.
Just wanted to clear that up.
But I put an A in there.
You might have gotten a little zesty at the end. This, a little of that Latin flair.
Underdogfantasy.com, promo code SGPN.
All right. And somehow Colby, we really could have trimmed this down to like 12 games tonight. We have, I'm glad we're talking about this next one. 7:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Still on Saturday, the 30th. Hawaii taking on Arizona in Tucson. Arizona laying 17.5 minus 900 on the money line. Hawaii plus 550. 52.5 is the total. Big. I'm sure the humidity drop will be certainly affecting of Hawaii, but we normally like teams coming that are playing their second game versus teams playing their first game. I've heard nothing but people taking Arizona in this spot. I would almost go as far to say this is maybe the consensus. Like I'm a sharp college football handicapper. This opened at 10.5. Sean, it's as I just mentioned, all the way out to 17.5.
That's insane.
So I'm going to need a good reason to not take Hawaii here. Colby?
Yeah, I'm so super pissed off about this game because
oh no.
Well, I was one that I should have just took it in June. I thought that it was a great spot for Arizona. I had Hawaii beating Stanford, but the problem is that quarterback was limping. I think the final 2 drives of that game, Alejado, and I think some of that is the line. Like,
so he's hurt.
Yeah, and the way he won that game too.
Well, just to jump in, they said it was a sprained ankle, so they said he's good to go. Now, obviously, if you're flying from Hawaii to Arizona, it's a lot of time in a plane. Maybe that flares up a little bit. Maybe he re-aggravates it. Yeah, he can play through it. I mean,
being young,
he ran 30 yards on the sprained ankle. Now, maybe it swells up a little bit. They were probably taking it easy in practice. But to Colby's point, like also there was some Gatorade dumping after that Hawaii game by the Hawaii staff. And shout out to the kicker who catered some weddings with my buddy. And the YouTube kicker nailed it. God bless you. So I'm kind of torn because part of me is like, man, I want to fade Hawaii off that big win, but 17.5 points is a lot. And I do normally like week 0 teams going up against teams that haven't played yet historically. So sorry, Colby, to jump in, but what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm still going to lay it, man. I'm just bummed because I thought this was like, I should have just bet it. I was going to bet it. And I didn't think it would go like that. I thought it would go actually the other way. I thought Hawaii would look better against Stanford.
Yeah.
They didn't. So I thought it would jump down to like 7. Now at 17.5, it's tricky, but like, I think Brent Brennan is like, I don't know why they're saying he's on the hot seat. Okay. It was a disappointing year, but not if you really read the tea leaves. Like, okay, they returned Noah Fafita and T-Mac last year, but they lost like all their guys on the line of scrimmage and their star running back, Jonah Coleman. I expected Arizona to be dog shit last year. So I think this is where actually he's proven he's a good coach. He was great I thought he was pretty good at San Jose State. So I think this team is probably flying under the radar a little bit. They got a new OC, Dino Babers out of there. They got Doge coming in from Marshall where they won the Sun Belt, and Noah Fafita going air raid there. I think that might benefit with them. I think he played in a similar system in high school. So yeah, I'm gonna lay that number with Arizona. Let's go.
This is the only trip off the island for 4 weeks. So no, I'm sticking to our.
I'll take Hawaii plus 17.5. I understand the case for Arizona.
Fading steam. Also,
unlike Colby, I like Timmy Chang. Timmy Chang, also hanging out with the VSiN guys. They brought.
Hey, he's been on our show the past 2 years.
Yeah,
what are you doing, huh?
Come on, he's.
And you're picking against them.
You know I'm a degenerate.
I think that. I mean, like, come on, man. The way they won that game.
By the way, Sean, you may not have noticed it, but Colby is maturing. He has gotten so good at not saying lit. He has come up with so many different words that aren't lit to describe all these great campus locations. Corvallis, Oregon, next up. Go Beavs. I might be doing a little college campus visit up there later this year. Oregon State laying 1.5. Cal coming to town. Little ACC Pac-2 battle here. Another late night game. 7:30 here on the West Coast. Cal catching 1.5 plus 105 on the money line. 50.5 is the total. Oregon State got some money.
Malik Murphy. Got Malik Murphy. Remember the former Texas and Duke quarterback?
Sometimes their transfer, like the DJU thing, that didn't work out all that well. But I like the Malik Murphy thing is interesting because he showed some promise. Whether it was the brief spring game performance at Texas or over there at Duke, he showed some promise. So he's interesting. We're always going to support our Pac-2 schools, and even though Cal is a member of the ACC now, no interest in backing those filthy hippies.
No, I mean this to me, Oregon State at home laying a short number, and with Malik Murphy confirmed dog. I mean,
let's not confirm him yet.
Well, I don't know. He just looks like a dude coming off the bus at least that I wouldn't want to fuck with. They're at home in Corvallis and they're laying this short of a number. Colby, what am I missing? This to me feels like a smash spot for Oregon State and a fade of Cal. Also, tell me what you know about Tron Grizzle, all-time college football name. TROND.
I believe he was a transfer.
GRIZZELL.
Yeah, Montana transfer.
Tron Dizzle.
Grizzle.
I actually like Cal in this spot, guys.
Really?
They got this star quarterback,
Mia.
freshman Jaron Kiwi Sagopulate.
Oh man!
And
I had a bad case of that sophomore year.
Come again?
My Sagopulate, we got a little inflamed.
But let me tell you something. He is he was originally an Oregon Duck, and they got him to transfer over. He's the only Cal quarterback ever besides Jared Goff to start as a true freshman. Cal's been playing football for a long fucking time. And he beat out Devin Brown, an Ohio State 5-star. And you know who their quarterback coach is, right? It's Nick Rolovich. And Brian Harsin at the OC spot. I think the staff is actually pretty good. I know they got rated in the portal. I think there's value on taking the Cal over for the season win total, and I think they're going to be pretty. I think this quarterback's probably pretty good. I trust Rolovich. He's been very good with quarterbacks in his career.
I do like Rolovich, but Corvallis at home, short number.
That's
I'm
a chip
on
on. That's a all-time chip on your shoulder offensive staff right there. Brian Harsin and Nick Rolovich.
Oh yeah, buddy. Let's
all
go.
Right, fine. I don't like this at all, but I guess I like what Colby just Colby.
You laid out a good case. I'm on Oregon State Island. Also, we spent 30 minutes before the show programming Colby's soundboard and trying to lock. And Colby, have you played one sound effect?
Yeah,
I mean,
a couple.
I played the nice beaver. I played it. You went to go get a fucking hot cup of Joe or something.
That's true.
Yeah, I got a little Jameson.
Yeah.
All right. Because I was disappointed to not hear it.
I'm gonna play.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
8 p.m. on the West Coast. The games just keep getting later and later. Colorado State traveling all the way from Fort Collins up to play Washington. Do they sailgate at night too, Colby? Washington laying 22.5 minus 2,500 on the money line. See, this represents a game we didn't need to pick. 11-1 for Colorado State. 53.5 is the total.
Can we mention how like the previous two games, or you had the oh no, you got one more of them. But Cal taking on Oregon State. It's like they should be in this conference together. You know what I mean?
They are close to each other.
It is
cool idea.
It's a
cool idea. If there was only a way where they could play in the same conference, guys.
Did you see baseball was exploring reorganizing around just geography, and it's like man, college football is going to be there in 15 years where kids are going to be like, why the fuck are these teams in the same conference? What's all right? So why did this one make the list, Colby?
Well, I mean, Colorado State had a breakthrough season last year. Almost got to the Mountain West Championship before they choked in Fresno. Braden Fowler Nicolosi's back at the quarterback spot, third-year starting quarterback. Washington's a team that I think has the potential to potentially get to the Big Ten championship with a nice schedule. And Damon Williams looked fantastic in the bowl game. I think we even gave him out on the VSiN show as a Heisman potential. Yeah, you got that going, and I think it should be a pretty good game. Kind of surprised at the line, but Colorado State's defense did get hit pretty heavy in the portal, so they did lose a lot of guys there. But I still think with Damon Williams in getting his first real starting gig, I think it's still a steep number, man. I think I got to take the points, even though I am kind of bullish on Washington this year.
Braden Fowler Nicolosi back for his third year. He's not bad. I mean, I don't know. This Colorado State team, they've been off season training at elevation. Now you come to Sailgate, I guess to me, Colby, you think Jed Fish is going to look to run this up? I don't. Colorado State's not live on the money line for me, but they don't strike me as a team that's going to get their ass kicked.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably right. I don't think they're live on the money line either, but just because it's such a great home environment there, but I just think it's a big number. I think if they're playing this neutral, it might be, 8 or 9 points or something, 9-10 points. I mean, Ryan, the defense, they lose Steve Belichick. He goes to North Carolina. I do like the hire of Walters, but you lost a lot of your guys on defense. I think they only have one returning starter, if memory serves me correct. So I just think they can stay within that number. So give me the Rams. Let's ram it out there.
Kramer, you ramming it?
Yes.
Okay.
What? You just had that ready to go?
I don't fuck
and we're
around,
rocking
dude.
LA. The Steve Belichick meme of him like licking his lips, where he's all like, that's an all timer.
No, it's just him calling. It's him and Arthur Smith communicating on the sideline. Utah, UCLA. Ooh, I like this one. 8 p.m. local time.
Whoa. Hey. It's like they should consider being in the same conference.
Yeah, this is actually interesting.
It never worked, Colby.
Utah, it's not that far. Maybe they could work it out. I don't know if is there an airport in Utah. Also, is this really an 8 p.m. kick?
Yes.
John's going apparently.
Wow,
I might go.
That's an incredibly late. Hopefully, the people on the East Coast can watch, because as I'm adding 3 to 8, I'm finding out this is an 11 p.m. kickoff on the East Coast. My God,
Colby won't watch it.
I don't think
love ball.
I actually don't. Yeah, Colby's not. He's not much for watching the games. Just talking about.
The fuck is that?
Utah, UCLA. Utah laying 5.5, minus 230 on the money line. UCLA plus 195. 52.5 is the total. I know people are higher on Deshaun. Well, Deshaun Foster has kind of had like a Liam Cohen, where the very, very start of his tenure was really bad, and then everything else he's done, people have kind of complimented him.
Yeah.
When we talked to Randy Cross, he was very complimentary.
Dude,
complimentary to the point where he would probably fight someone in public if you talk shit about Deshaun Foster. And
he loved Deshaun Foster, but also he clearly hated Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
He's like, we finally got that other guy out of there, and now we get a real UCLA.
You're making it sound a little bit better than he actually said.
What did he actually say?
I think he might have called him like a fat midget or something like that. He's like,
I'm trying to remember what he said on and off the air, because it was definitely one of those things where it's like, hey, great hanging with you, Randy. And he's like, oh yeah, it was. He's like, good chopping it up, but man, that fucking pussy. Like,
then I think he said something like, what's he gonna do about it?
Yeah, he's like, I'm not scared of that guy. He's gonna throw a shake at me. He was not a fan. That was great.
All of that being said, I mean, this Utah team is going to manhandle teams this year. And I think, if the offensive line and physicality is going to be the strength of your team, I think that generally shows up right off the bat, generally travels well. And I'm going to be in on this Utah team. So not playing the home dog. And Colby will remind us how this will be a Utah crowd.
Oh no. I'm gonna be there. Decker's gonna be there.
It's gonna be.
We're gonna bring our charcuterie boards.
We went to that LSU game. It's gonna be just like that.
Yeah, and we're gonna. You're right. UCLA is gonna win against a team that everyone's hyping up. The crowd doesn't do shit at the Rose Bowl, home or away. It doesn't matter unless it's the actual Rose Bowl. The crowd doesn't matter at all. Nico coming in with a chip on his shoulder. Everyone's saying, get rid of him. He's the spoiled brat. He wants his money. That guy has a chip on his shoulder, and they're a home dog. And I like their coach. The coach is growing on me. I'm taking UCLA as a home dog.
Oh, I'll book that.
Okay. Colby, I assume you're on Utah.
That's a lock.
Yeah.
They're going to destroy them, dude. This one is I know you got a good.
I can't believe you're on UCLA. This is a contest play.
I know you got a nice white Zin that you're that you're breaking out at the game.
Wait, but are you talking about a Zinfandel?
Zinfandel, right?
That's a great combo. White wine that has a little nicotine in it.
Oh, Zinfandel.
Yeah, that's a great. We got to make that product.
I saw your text to Decker too, saying you bring the Roquefort cheese. But
got a Humboldt fog.
You joke, but the crowd that Decker goes with, they do tailgate and then put food in plastic bags.
Someone did bring in a like a cheese plate. I saw it and I was dying laughing.
I was at a game randomly with my daughter. Wasn't even at the game with Decker. Knew where they hung out at halftime. Went over there, and Decker's brother, or maybe it was Bowser's brother, offered me a hot dog out of a plastic bag.
Bowser's family is great family to tailgate with. Highly recommend it.
Just very crafty.
Just keep walking around and say you know Bowser. Someone will give you a free beer.
Someone will hand you food. Yeah. All right. I think this is also a lock for me too, Sean.
Best of luck.
I like how you're standing with the local team. All right, that's it for Saturday. 3 more games because it's Labor Day weekend, so they give us some Sunday football, noon on Sunday on the West Coast, so 3 p.m. on the East Coast. Again, doing that tough math for you.
Chick-fil-A will not be open.
Game number 2 in the Chick-fil-A Center, but
someone referred to this game as a home game for South Carolina, Ryan. You alluded to them on social media. You wouldn't reveal their name.
So as I've told, I probably brought it up on the podcast, but definitely brought it up on the VSiN show. College football week 1 is the best time to find out who actually knows what they're talking. At least who reads a note or two. And we saw a major female gambling influencer, Kelly in Vegas, refer to this game as a tough spot in Columbia. Last I checked, Atlanta is not in South Carolina, and I got to be honest. I listened to Mr. Shane Beamer talk about what it means to play Virginia Tech, the team that his father coached. I think he's going to be distracted. I think that's going to be an added layer of distraction.
Or he's going to kick their ass. Kramer, Coach Prize not a winner. We all know that. You're salivating on the news that potentially John Gruden, aka a real football coach, might be taking over this sorry ass program.
I went further down the wormhole. Remember I told you that Gruden and Coach O might in some fan fiction might coach together.
Yeah.
What if I told you Gruden head coach, DC at Virginia Tech, Coach O, Bud Foster helping out on the side. That's pretty electric squad.
So
Bud Foster bringing the tequila.
You're thinking about as a Virginia Tech fan. Come on. That says everything you need to know.
South Carolina is one of the most overrated squads in the country this year, all based on the fact that I think
you're not buying the sellers.
No, I think he could turn into be a decent pro prospect, but I think it's dragging this team up, and I don't know what we've seen from them or Shane Beamer to think that this is a team that is going to lay down a dominant campaign, starting against a very tough Virginia Tech team that's returning a bunch of stuff, and I think they're back this year.
Colby, we're smashing South Carolina, right?
No.
Really?
I'm going to say, what did I say? I said, well, I asked Brent Pry this question.
This is,
but I buttered it up by saying you were 0-6 in 1-score games. He's actually like 1-12 in 2 years and in 1-score games, but that means he has a lot of 1-fucking-score games. So you're getting that many points, and South Carolina lost 6 defensive players to the NFL. 5 drafted, 1, currently potentially making the roster. And Lenora Sellers, the sophomore slump's a real thing. You start going around town. What do you say? You got a big bag of cash. That changes the way things happen. You know what I mean? I watch shit. You know what I mean? Like you've seen Bosworth after the year. He was just going for scattered ass left and right.
You comparing Sellers to Bosworth, Colby?
Well, I'm just saying there's like human nature. The sophomore slump's a real thing.
Pry has also had moments of defensive game plans against mobile quarterbacks that have worked.
All right. I'll take Virginia.
As long as he doesn't play like that little scrappy.
And what did I say?
Diego
the quarterbacks. Well, that's next week, buddy. But look, I
guess Virginia Tech's not a favorite.
Wait,
I guess
get your pick off of Virginia Tech.
No, I'll take Virginia Tech.
Get your disgusting.
Don't worry, you'll get pissed on next week. The good people of Blacksburg haven't got pissed on in a while. What did I say earlier? I like the experienced quarterbacks. Jerome's been in college a long time. All right,
very
let's
long
go.
time.
Yeah.
How do you figure out you like getting pissed on? It was one of those weird hobbies. I can't imagine you were into it the first time. So
ask Hugh Freeze.
You have to get forced to. Someone has to piss on you.
All right, we'd ask R. Kelly, but I think he's put away.
Yeah, well, he was the one doing the pissing. I don't think.
Do we know that?
I don't think. Well, I don't. You're right. I assume if you like to piss on people, you probably like get a little splashback there. Notre Dame laying 2.5 on the road against Miami. Catholics versus convicts. 4:30 p.m. on Sunday. Nice little doubleheader here. This actually might be my lock of the weekend.
Miami. Crystal ball. This is his
Miami
time.
Miami is back. Miami is better. Miami makes better college football better. College football is better when Miami's good. The roster that they have recruited down there in South Beach is one of the best rosters in the country. Yeah, Carson Beck's a bum. Notre Dame laying 2.5 minus 140 on the money line. 49.5 is the total. Dude couldn't keep track of his cars. How's he supposed to call an offense? I'm gonna hear. I'd love to hear the case for Miami in this one. Either of you?
Well, speaking of cars, Lloyd Carr's grandson is starting at Notre Dame, and he's a freshman, which little terrifying. But luckily, you're playing at a stadium where it's going to be 50-50. This is not like a true.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of Notre Dame fans.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a great,
not a hostile road environment.
No,
our guy Tim Murray's going to be here, man.
Yeah, it's a great. I mean, it's still like an awesome time to be down in Florida if you're a Notre Dame fan, and I'm sure there's plenty of Notre Dame fans from the Northeast that have retired down in Miami. I think they're definitely going to have the crowd. Marcus Freeman has just been dominant ATS. And when in doubt, are you really going to feel comfortable having Cristobal in a close game? Of course not. The only reason I'm worried about Notre Dame is I can't see a reason to take Miami. Like that's the thing that's scaring me.
Well, I will say Miami has historically owned Notre Dame in Miami, but that was not with Mario Cristobal. So it makes it a little.
That was when people cared about Miami.
Well, and a lot of that was at the Orange Bowl, which was a fucking actual like crowd. Like the Orange Bowl, yeah.
Miami is one of these teams. Like I don't know, the Lakers, the Cowboys, whatever in pro sports. It so much of their fan base was just bandwagon fans, front running fans. No one is that. When Miami used to come up to play Virginia Tech when I was in school, this was at the peak of their this is the early 2000s. 1 out of 10 fans went to the school. It's just not so those people aren't passionate about this program. I'm with you. And I did, this is the one game I did the who's going to have, I don't know if you've seen this, but the Notre Dame message boards are like bragging about how they're taking over sections of Florida. They've reserved, I mean, there's a number of them that are also, NFL fans. They were talking about after winning. I was reading this thread. After winning, they're going to hang out for the week. Maybe check in and reserve a bar to watch the Bears game. That was the plan. It's like, guys, come on, Notre Dame, and the spread scares me too, honestly, because I did look at the bet splits and I was seeing that more people are betting Notre Dame.
Yeah,
and it's not going to 3.
Well, no, that's the only thing that's scary.
And we thought they were going to name Minchie the starting quarterback, and then they named Carr, which is the freshman, which is like, ugh. But I'm predicting both quarterbacks play. Both quarterbacks play. Notre Dame's defense super elite, and I think they force a big turnover from Carson Beck. I will go with the Irish as well, but I'm not as confident as you are, Kramer, just because I don't like taking young quarterbacks that have never really.
No, I don't either.
Yeah,
but I'm fading Carson Beck. I'm fading Carson Beck all season long. Also, the Miami being 10th in the country. Come on. Although I read the changes to the playoff system, and essentially, it's all bullshit. The preseason rankings are going to carry more weight than ever. Well, it's going to be like they're essentially going to discount good losses, basically. And so when the preseason rankings have it such that maybe Miami might or Notre Dame or Miami might suck, but Miami could just lose to a bunch of highly ranked teams and not get as penalized. That's essentially the update to the playoff. Last one. Look at these. Look at these two beautiful logos. Purple and blue. TCU laying 3.5 on the road at Chapel Hill with Chapel Bill as the coach. 5 p.m. on Monday. Standalone island game. This could go really bad for Bill Belichick and Jordan. North Carolina plus 130. 56.5 is the total. This is a hell of a way to open up your career if you're Bill Belichick. Colby, I assume you're going to take your new best friend Bill and the Tar Heels here.
Myself and NC Nick will be at this game.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So pass me one of those white Zin bottles, Sean. I could bring it to Chapel Hill.
We'll
But
Patty C with you guys because the fans have been wondering about Patty C lately.
Saturday night, I think he's going to be on the reaction show. We have talked to Patty C. No count on Saturday night though. There could be 9 or 10 Jaeger bombs deep. You guys set that number, by the way.
That number's off the board. Sharp action's been all over the over. I mean, yeah. Check out the Patty C Patreon episode. It's an all-timer.
Yeah.
The profile on Patty C.
Highly recommend.
Most interesting man in the who was that beer commercial? It really should have been about Dos Equis. That should be about Patty C. But Colby, we got to take Chapel Bill here, right?
I'm all over this, man. The more I thought about it, this is actually what changed my, this is one of the only teams I Benedict, this in Wyoming, right? And the reason why was this, Sean. I was 1 game off when we did this thing in June, and I was giving TCU this win. And then the more I thought about it, I go, man, they kind of run. Kendall Briles runs a pretty basic offense. I was like, you're giving maybe the greatest defensive mind. I know it was pro football, but his dad was a longtime college coach. A lot of his guys, Kirk Ferentz was one of his guys. Nick Saban. These are guys that were very successful at the college level. You're giving them 6 months for a pretty basic offense. Chapel Bill is going to come through. And have you driven a Gio Lopez lately? People don't know. We were all over this guy last year at the quarterback spot. He's going to make some plays. He comes in. I'm on the Tar Heels money line. Let's go.
Yeah.
So Bill 100%. Belichick's weakness as a NFL head coach was talent evaluation.
I thought you were going to talk about young chicks.
That was a problem later in life, but his issue was identifying the talent and bringing it on the team. Once he had the talent, he did a good job. So, but he's also now responsible more so for who comes onto the team, and he has less time to develop them into a system. You can talk me into Belichick if he's coming back next year, opening the season. No, thank you. Not to mention,
you see Lawrence Taylor was in practice.
Whoa.
I know. I would.
Come on.
You're fading that, huh?
He's had all off season to prepare for this game. He is one of the greatest football coaches of all time. He's been listening to guys like us included shit on him, his hot piece of ass girlfriend, and he's had it up to here. He has one way to shut the fuck up for everyone. Get everyone to shut the fuck up, and that's win this fucking game. This could be one of the biggest games of his life, and he's won 7 Super Bowls. There's no way Bill Belichick is losing this game.
Well, it's a documentary.
What?
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
In all his years of coaching pro football, they never were making a fucking documentary.
Yeah. Well, he was never dating a 24-year-old.
I just think that North Carolina is becoming a public side, and I'm going to lay the 3.5 as the gambling education has taught us. I wish you the worst of luck.
Thank you. Time for lock, dog, bonus lock, tease, parlay. We also have a contest that we're taking part in. We got to put 7 picks in. So Kramer, start with your lock, dog, bonus lock, and tease.
Wait, 2 bonus locks?
Lock, wait. Is that Coach Belichick on the line right now? What?
Why'd I get mixed up with that bitch?
Because she got a great ass.
So I made her wear red pants
all the way up it.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
I will say she must be pretty amazing.
Well, but also like at that age, maybe what's amazing is a different bar. Kramer, what's your first lock?
Or you've experienced a lot the world's had to offer you, and you have really dialed in. That's why you're letting her wear a headset on the sideline. Utah lock.
Utah
minus 5.5 lock.
6. It's 6 over at my bookie if you're playing UCLA, the winning side.
Okay. Alabama laying 13.5.
Okay, like that.
Notre Dame minus 2.5.
Oh, okay. What's your dog?
As per usual, I'm limited on the amount of dogs that I'm playing here. I'm debating. You know what? Give me Northwestern.
Okay.
plus 175. Tees. Let's get LSU up to 9.5. Let's get. Ooh, I can't double dip, can I? Yeah, why not? Let's go Alabama down to 6.5, 7.5. And let's do. I don't like any of these. These are not good teaser numbers, Sean. Let's go Tennessee -8.
All right, for me, first lock. Give me Ohio State, laying the 2.5. First, my money line dog. Give me UNC on the money line. That's pretty easy. I do like Alabama a lot. I also like Notre Dame. Colby was kind of scaring me with the young quarterback.
And Notre Dame.
What's up
for Notre Dame?
Yeah. Let's see. You know what? I'll put LSU plus 3.5. That feels like a field goal game. I do like that one. And then I will also take. You know what? Yeah, I will. I will take Alabama laying the 13.5 as my other lock. For my tees. What do we like here as a tease? Oh, you know what? I do like Southern Miss. Colby's going to probably play them on the money line to highlight his ball knowing knowledge. UVA down to 6.5.
Smash!
Then we get Colorado State up to 28.5. It's a fun one. And then my other leg of the tees, UCLA.
Throw Hawaii in there.
I'll go UCLA up to 11.5 points. Colby, what are you doing?
Lock it up. Utah -5.5.
Yep.
The dog is Southern Miss. Get your Mississippi. Look, Mississippi State, unfortunately, man, they died with our friend, Coach Leach. All right. Then the other lock, let's go. How about the likes of Alabama minus the points against Florida State?
Okay.
And the tees. Let's take Northwestern.
One more lock, Colby.
Oh, there you go. Northwestern. My bad. Northwestern there will be the lock. The tees then. Let's bring Virginia down to 6.5 against Coastal.
Great tease.
Against the wrong Tim Beck. Let's then take what are we doing? Let's take Carolina up to 9.5. They're not gonna come on. That's not
they
gonna
don't
happen,
need it,
right?
but sure.
Yeah. And then let's take how about the likes of don't overthink it. Give me Southern Miss plus 18.5 at home.
Love it.
Easy money.
Well done, Cole.
Dog.
All right, so for the contest, we have to pick 7 games. So let's start with
we can pick games from Thursday.
Yeah, but I don't know. Let's start with what we like here, because I feel like there's some consensus stuff. Alabama minus 13.5.
Yeah.
Ohio State minus 2.5.
No.
Okay, no, you don't want that in there.
I don't like it because saying. I don't know. There's just Texas does recruit at a really high level, so I think it is possible. You saw them win at Bama a couple years ago with Saban. It is possible. So
LSU plus 3.5.
If I had to power rank the best plays, I think. Well, you're on UCLA. I mean, that's the one we should be playing.
Utah's a great
play.
But
wait,
so in your mind, we're doing consensus plays.
Okay, fine.
No, I'm just saying.
No, we'll just do your 2 plays. What do you want to put in there?
Yeah, I think we should each put in 2 and just have a consensus.
Okay. What are your 2?
I'll take Utah as my first one. We'll draft them.
Okay.
Colby, what do you like?
And it could be anything, like even off the board. We're talking.
No. They're
only gonna pick games that people watch, so you may want to trim down your card.
Well then,
top 40 games.
Can be from Thursday or Friday though.
Let's take wait, so you already did UCLA.
I'm taking Utah,
right? Yeah.
Utah's on the card.
Well, let's
Don't worry.
let's take the Alabama play. I think we're all kind of on board with that.
There's Colby's first pick.
LSU plus 3.5.
All right, back
Kramer,
to me.
you're back.
I kind of want to say San Jose State. Do we think that will be on the card?
I have no idea.
San Jose State, Central Michigan will be on the card.
Okay. According to Kramer,
yep,
it'll be on the card.
San Jose
State minus 12. We're calling it as. We'll see what the contest has it at.
Yep. Colby, second pick.
Oh, you skipped over me.
Well, he went second.
Oh, you're right.
He went before you last time.
Well, I mean, guys, East Carolina's going to cover the 14.
We're just going to take East Carolina every week.
Well, right? Look, it's either that, and I'll let you guys
I like
choose
East
on
Carolina for.
Yeah.
No, you get
like
two
East
picks.
Carolina.
Okay.
It doesn't work if we get consensus. There's no way we're going to come to a consensus on 7 winning picks every week.
East Carolina plus 14. My second lock. So I got Alabama. I'm putting Colby. You really don't want me to put Ohio?
No, it's your pick.
Ohio State minus 2.5. They're gonna fuck up Texas.
That's if we have consensus, it doesn't work. We've learned this, Sean. Over the years.
All right. One last. Now what? Now
we need
play
a
number
consensus.
7. Consensus. Northwestern.
Ooh.
Southern Miss.
Southern Miss is a good one.
Will Southern Miss be on there?
Yeah, I think so.
Southern Miss plus 12.5.
Now, if that will be the fun thing. How many of these will we have to have backup?
So our contest card: Utah minus 5.5, Alabama minus 13.5, LSU plus 3.5, San Jose State minus 12, ECU plus 14, Ohio State laying the 2.5, Southern Miss plus 12.5.
3 dogs, 4 favorites.
That's a nice balance card. Do we want to give out a parlay?
Yes. From
yes.
from this past for this episode stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Northwestern, Southern Miss, money line play.
Right,
Yep.
That's
Boom.
it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
No more thinking. Northwestern, Southern Miss on the money line. All right.
If you, yeah, I'm actually not going to say it.
Great.
That's perfect.
Good times as always. Again, 25% off all the merch. Promo code football. Football is back. Check out College Football Experience. 136 team previews. Check that out as always. Hit us.
How many have they actually done?
Oh well, yeah. We keep promoting 136. Colby,
we're in the
we're
in the 120s.
The FTC could come after us for false advertising. We
We
could lose our podcast license, Colby.
I
Government's going to come after us.
I believe we're at 127.
Wow.
All right. So if you want to see Colby lose his mind over the next few days, tune in. College Football Experience as he jams in all these podcasts at the last minute.
Next year, or let's
No, we're gonna do it exactly the same. We've tried to suggest changes. Colby doesn't.
The schedule. We just have to come up with
come on. No. That's
we
not how we work as a company.
Yeah. Well, we can just blame this on Mac.
Yeah.
Throw
the new guy under
we
the
can only
bus.
show up to the fucking podcast.
Good time. And then, yes, phrase that pays, giving that away $1,000 future to NFL future circusportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase. Appreciate everyone sending in the questions, comments over on Spotify. Toss us 5 stars. Always appreciate that. Smash! Kramer, we got the NFC East division preview tomorrow night, and then
NFL. Not only do we have the NFC East, but I think we should play the I'm going to find the Jerry Jones glory hole video.
Oh, okay.
And so if you've never gotten to see that, we will Jerry Jones will be talking about glory holes, which also, I don't know if you've seen the fun fake trade drops with Micah Parsons are starting to hit.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. Green Bay apparently going to trade for him and sign him for $45 million a year.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, NFC East tomorrow night, and then our final NFL predictions before the Labor Day weekend.
Let's go.
And an extra bonus episode kind of popped up on the feed. If you're a YouTube person, some of the interviews from Circa Sign Up Weekend, Ultimate Contest Weekend showed up. So go check that video out.
And of course, as always,
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
for Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money greenies. Ryan
Shane Beamer's going down.
Kramer, let it ride.
I want better fucking execution.
I'm wet.
No.